Alright, chat, we are live. Alright. Okay. Alright, chat, in today's stream I'm actually going to be talking about the Fortnite live event we had recently. And I'm also, I might play some Fortnite like later in the stream, but for now I'm just going to be like talking about the event. So I'm going to get out Fortnite's video of the event, and I'm going to talk about the event. I'm going to have it muted just because I'm going to go through lots of bits of the event, and I don't want to have it playing the music just when I get to the Eminem part because I don't want to get copyrighted. If I'm being perfectly honest, I think this event, it was good, but it was also bad. I'm not saying this event was the worst event ever, because I don't think any event will ever be worse than Fracture. This event was definitely better than Fracture. Definitely better than Fracture. The thing is, you can look at this event from different perspectives. You can look at it from just a live event and storyline. If you look at this event's storyline from a perspective of the storyline, this could have been probably one of the worst events ever, storyline-wise. We didn't get literally any lore at all. This just felt like, if I'm being honest, I think the event was good, but it did kind of feel like it just felt like adverts for all the future modes. Like, we start off with the Season X copy and paste bit of the Season X event, and then we go into the next part of the event where it's just like, it feels like it's just an ad for the Lego bit, the racing bit, and then the music bit for those three modes. And then after that, it's just the end of the event. So, I mean, for a live event, it was pretty cool, but for like storyline, I think to be honest, I still don't even know exactly what even happened. I mean, before the event even started, we were still on the OG map, we'd gone back in time, but what happened to the whole universe? Like, did it, like, apparently, I think what's happened is, like, after we got, you know, the screen went completely black, and the black hole didn't actually form, instead it just put us into this new screen, and, like, it looked like the Omniverse had, like, been reborn or something. The Chad Wilders player, welcome to the stream. Sorry if I'm 2 minutes late, it's alright. It looked like the Omniverse had been, like, completely reborn or something. I'm still trying to figure out what even happened. So, does that mean that if the Omniverse was completely, like, reborn, does that mean everything that's happened, like, the Chapter 4 map is completely just gone, to a point where if we tried to time travel again, we just couldn't go back to the Chapter 4 map because that entire original Omniverse has just been completely deleted? Like, I'm still confused as to what even happened. Like, does the Chapter 4 map still exist? Or is the entire Omniverse as we knew it before the event, that's been completely erased and now it's been completely reborn? Where's the 0 point? You know, the 0 point. Does the 0 point even still exist anymore? Or is the 0 point, like, finally just stopped containing all of its energy in an orb, and it's no longer an orb, and just scattered all of its energy across the Omniverse? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's really happening. And also, the new layout of all these poor Fortnite realities, like, it looks really different. Like, that main portal we see with the Durburger, that's the Chapter 5 reality. Previously, they were just maps floating in space, but now it's just a portal. It's not you can't see the map from like the galaxy anymore. You have to go inside the portal, and then you're in the Chapter 5 world. So previously, like, you had the Chapter 1 and you had the Chapter 2 and 3 map, you know, with the bubble around it, and you could see the bubble in space. When you were outside the map in space in collision, you could see just a bubble, and then you could see the two maps. And then Chapter 4 was just a map, there was no bubble, it was just one single map floating in space. And yeah, now it's just a portal for the Chapter 5 map. I haven't seen the memes you sent on Discord, not yet. So, like, I'm just trying to figure out, because the thing is, if I'm looking at this event if you look at this event just from a live event perspective, live event wise, it was kind of cool, but storyline wise, I think it was just shit. Storyline wise, and the reason why this event, I'm not too fond of this event, is because I like storyline. I actually follow the Fortnite storyline, so this kind of annoyed me quite a bit. And one thing I will admit, I don't think this event was really worth the hype, if I'm being honest. I don't think it really lived up to the hype it got, because this event looked like it was going to be like the best event ever. Fortnite said it was going to be an unforgettable event. If I'm being honest, I don't think the way they teased it, it sounded like the event was going to be a lot better than what it was. I don't think the event was as good as how Fortnite hyped it up by teasing it in their tweets. The words they said, like unforgettable event. I've definitely think there's been events that have been most events we've had are probably a lot better than this one. Not saying this is my least favourite event. Fracture will always be my least favourite event, I feel like, unless they make an event worse than that, but I don't know if that's even possible, because Fracture was really bad. But this event might... I'm not saying it's going to be my second least favourite, because I feel like some of the older Chapter 1 events that were quite short were probably worse. I think the Ice King event was probably the second worst. But this definitely isn't in my, like, top 5 best events. I don't think it's, you know... It's not the worst event, but it just, at the end of the day, it's just not... It's not the best. Where's the Durburger on the map? I don't know, maybe it's just in that portal. I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but like, that event just left me feeling kind of like empty. I don't know how to really explain it by what I mean by that, but like, I feel like storyline wise, I feel like it just felt kind of, like, I felt kind of empty. And what I mean by that is, like, I feel like we didn't really get much storyline wise. So storyline wise for that event, I just felt like I felt kind of empty, because I just felt like we didn't get anything really storyline wise. It just, more, if anything, it just confused things more. Because the thing is, I think I don't know if this really makes sense, but I think the event's decent, but I also think it's shit. I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like I don't like it, but I also do like it, because I like the event because just for everything that happened in it, it was cool. But I just feel like the lack of storyline, it just didn't feel like live. It just didn't really feel like a really good live event, just because of the fact that there was just no story. And that's the thing about live events. Like, I know this live event was alright, but live events are meant to be story focused. That's what live events have always been. And this live event, in a way, just felt like a huge just advertisement. It just felt like a bunch of adverts for all the future modes. It didn't really feel like a story-focused live event. In fact, the majority of this live event was just collabs. Was just parts of showing collabs for future modes. There wasn't really any storyline. The only part that really had a storyline was the beginning part, and that was just a copy and paste of the Season X event. But obviously a little bit cooler, because you had like the bit when the meteor was coming down, you had all the colours in the sky, which I thought looked pretty cool, and the music was kind of like a bit of a remix, because it was sounded the same as the Season X music, but also a little bit, there was bits of it that sounded a little bit different. So it was like a remix of the end event music, so I think overall that was kind of better. It's just like, I think it's the only things I would have changed to it to make it better is add some more storyline to the event, because I feel like I understand, you know, they were trying to advertise a lot of stuff for Chapter 5, but at the end of the day, I know they're trying to do that, but at the end of the day, events are meant to be story focused. That's what they've always been. Think of all the events we've had in the past. The Rocket event, you know, the Cube event, the Ice King event, the even the Fracture event. Even though the Fracture event wasn't bad, okay, it was bad. Sorry, I meant to say bad. I don't know why I said that. It was bad. Fracture, even though Fracture was bad, it still was story focused at the end of the day. We were forming the island for Chapter 4. The Herald destroyed the island, so the 0 point was exposed. It wasn't, because the 0 point was underneath the, I think, Chapter 3 island, what was in the water, and the Herald's mission was to destroy the entire island with Chrome and destroy the entire island, so the 0 point couldn't hide in anything, because it was hiding in the island in Reality Zero, and the Herald needed to destroy the entire island, so the 0 point was just vulnerable, hadn't had no cover. It wasn't, you know, hiding. It had to destroy the Herald had to destroy the 0 point's island, so the 0 point couldn't hide. So then they could send the mothership to abduct it, and then the mothership obviously got destroyed when they abducted the mothership abducted the 0 point. The 0 point fought back and then flew away. A lot of people might not know that happened, because that actually didn't happen. It actually didn't happen in the event. It was a deleted cutscene from the event that I don't even know how. Apparently it was in the files, and that's how leakers found it, but it was like a cut part from the event. But still, I'm pretty sure it still happened. It just was cut from the event. That would have made the event a lot cooler, to be honest. But even though Fracture was bad, it was still... I felt like we got more storyline from that than we did from this event. Even though Fracture... I'm still saying Fracture was the worst event of all time. Kai Edits, welcome to the stream. Let me ask you this question. We know that they are different realities, like the LEGO Festival and etc. modes that we could have entered in the event. But then why can we choose it in the tab if we are in the chapter 5 portal? What are you saying that you saying that? Wait, I'm kind of confused what you mean by that. Are you saying that we should be able to choose the different modes, but instead of having them in the selection tab, we should be able to click on the portals to select the modes? Like the lobby should just be like this background here and all the portals. Then you can click on and then the Discover tab is in like the portals instead. They get rid of the Discover tab, and you have to click on these portals and it loads you into that mode. I'm not really sure what you mean there. Anyway, chat, I'm gonna quickly show. I'm gonna watch the event, okay. I'm asking how is it possible that we can go into LEGO mode while being in chapter 5 reality when there's a completely different LEGO reality? Well, I mean, I guess it's just, I mean, storyline wise they obviously are different realities, but for Fortnite, just want to have it all in the Discover tab because, I don't know how else they would really do it unless they had like the Discover tab was removed and you just had all these different portals, yeah? And then each of these portals you'd load in, you could click like Battle Royale, one of the portals, then LEGO mode, and then Creative mode had its own portal. When you clicked on the Creative mode portal, then you were in the lobby for the Creative mode with all the Discover stuff, Creative. And then there was a Save the World portal, so I don't know. But storyline wise they are different realities, but obviously you want to just have them in the Discover tab. Yeah. Let's show this event chat. I'm gonna have it muted just because the well, I can't actually play it and just mute the copy and just mute the bit where it gets to the copyright bit with Eminem. Thing is, the only issues I technically really have with this event, it's just the fact that it was just kind of collabs, and the fact that I feel like it just. I also felt like it was just too short. But when I watched the actual video back, the event's say 11 minutes long. But it's weird because it didn't feel like 11 minutes, but it's actually 11 minutes long, which is like a normal length time for a live event. But it just felt really short. I'm not even sure if the event actually felt short. It's just something about it that just makes me feel empty, like there wasn't much. But I don't know how to explain it. I mean, this part was pretty cool. I will admit. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think this was probably my favourite part of the event, was the Season X, part, the remix version of Season X. This was probably my favourite part of the event. Oh, yeah, and also the Cube Island that wasn't there in the event, the Cube Island. Apparently, I don't know where I saw it, I think it might have been PlayStation Grenade. I think it might have been him or somewhere, but apparently the reason there was a theory that the reason the cube wasn't in the event was because the cube was only used to extract the 0 point out of Loot Lake, and after that Jones had no purpose with it and just got rid of the Cube Island. It was only there to extract the 0 point, and then it was just no purpose of it. Check the general tab right now. Poses to trailer for the weekend. Excellent, right, that's the trailer. Did that just release now or something? That's released a while ago, hasn't it?
Students who work with criminal education are 4 times more likely to get into the university of their dreams. Last year,
to this. I'll probably react to some stream or something because this will probably get copyrighted. It released yesterday, okay. It'll probably get me copyrighted, so I'm not sure if I want to react to it in this stream because it'll probably get my stream copyrighted. Anyway, I'll probably react to that in a future stream. I've just looked through it a little bit in the video, but I haven't actually probably going to watch at some other point because I want to react to it for the first time with the audio, so I'll watch it some other time. Because this part was so good, honestly. This part was actually... By the way, the colours, seeing all the colours in the sky, that just looked amazing. I'm so pissed I played performance mode for the event. I wish I didn't. I really wish I didn't play performance mode for the event. When I finished the event, so that's because I played performance mode. Like, I was never going to play on max every settings, like Epic's game suggested, it was easy to handle it. I was going to at least play on DirectX 12. I really wish I could do that for the event, because I would have got way better experience, because the sky wasn't even that dark. On performance mode, it kind of looked like as if it was still kind of daytime in a way, like just like in between daytime and nighttime in performance mode. It was so much cooler seeing the sky completely like just dark, like just the dark sky, nighttime sky. It was so much cooler to see the game. And just seeing this event on DirectX 12, it's so much cooler. But I was playing on performance mode just because I was so scared that my game might crash. I mean, this event, I've got very mixed opinions on it. I hate it and I also like it. Because I like it because the event was kind of cool. I hate it because there was like no storyline really. The only storyline part we got was just the copy and paste of Season X and then part of the beginning. The beginning part of the event was the best part of the event, that was just the Season X copy and paste. And the rest of the event just felt like loads of adverts from the future modes. To be longer, yeah. That's something that I kind of thought about the event. I just felt like it was too short. But at the end of the day, this video is like for the event. It's like 11 minutes. It's like 11 minutes though. So it's that's like around the time normally events are normally long. So around like 11. Normally sometimes 15 minutes. I think is around normal length times event. So 11 minutes is still like decent time length for an event. I wonder if we'll actually get Fall Guys in Fortnite since Fall Guys was like one of the characters from Fall Guys character was like actually in the event. Because Epic Games do own Fall Guys. Maybe because Fall Guys is part of the Omniverse now, and one of these realities, one of these reality portals is Fall Guys maybe. I can't believe it, chat. Lego's actually coming to the game. Lego's literally dropping tomorrow as well. Lego is literally coming out tomorrow. Like, chat, we're not even a week into the chapter yet, and we're already getting Lego in the game. And then the day after that we're getting Racing, and then the day after that we're getting Festival. I don't know why they're releasing them like back to back, you know what I mean? Like, one day we get this, the next day we get this, and the next day we get that. I wish they were like some more spread out, do you know what I mean? Because then we'd have more something to look forward to. The fact they're releasing back to back means we're going to get through all these new modes quite quickly, and then there'll be nothing to look forward to. Like, I'm not saying there'll be nothing to look forward to, but it'd be cool if they had them all spread out a little bit more. So we've got Lego Collab now, right? And then they saved the other two for like January, throughout January, because we'll have the Winter's event next. Like, I just got 13,500 V-Bucks for £21. This is gonna be cool, by the way, chat. Like, this is literally, look at this Lego in the game. It's gonna be insane. It's like, because you can craft the things and everything. It's basically gonna feel like Minecraft in Fortnite, but it's just Lego, not Minecraft. But it's gonna like, the way the gameplay is gonna be, it's gonna pretty much be just Minecraft in Fortnite, but it's Lego. Racing's gonna be cool as well. The thing is though, if I'm being perfectly honest, as fun as these modes are going to be, I just don't think they're going to be like, I don't think they're going to be better than Battle Royale. I think Battle Royale is always going to be more popular. I think Battle Royale, like, I know Fortnite's trying to make these other modes, and I think they still will be popular, but I just don't think any mode's going to ever be more popular than BR. I think BR is always going to be like the main mode. I could be wrong though, Lego could end up just making Battle Royale just completely irrelevant. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Battle Royale is always going to be on top. This literally just does feel like not Minecraft, sorry. This does kind of feel like Mario Kart. Chat, what are you most excited for? Lego, racing, or music? For me, it's definitely Lego, and then probably racing and then music. I'm still probably gonna play Barrier the most, though. I don't think I'll ever like play any of the other 3 modes more than Barrier. I think Barrier's always gonna be like my main focus. Yeah, this is the part where I'm mute because I'm not getting, you know, copyrighted right now. I'm not getting my stream copyrighted right now. I just really hope that we don't have to wait a year for an event again. It's going to be so frustrating. I really hope Epic aren't doing this like yearly event, end of chapter event thing, because, I mean, one of those things, chat, I want the other perspective and other way I'm viewing this event is, was this worth a year's wait? Like, we had to wait a year for this. I mean, technically 1 day off being a year, because the Fracture event was on the 3rd of December, and this was on the 2nd of December. So, like, we were, like, 1 day off being a year. So, basically a year. Was this worth, like, almost a year wait? Definitely not. I mean, it was an okay event, but having to wait almost a year for this, I don't think it was worth waiting almost a year. I honestly was a little bit disappointed that this is what we had to wait almost a year for. Keller Win, welcome to the stream. Yeah, yeah, the event was way too overhyped, yeah. The event was definitely overhyped. I don't think this event lived up to the hype. I don't know, I just feel like I'm hating too much. Am I hating too much? I don't know. I'm not, like, trying to, like, just hate on something for when it's done, just for the sake of hating on it. I'm just generally like, this is generally my opinion. Like, I'm not just hating on it for the sake of it. Like, I try to be as positive as I can when it comes to anything Fortnite related, but, and I don't even totally hate this event was terrible. I just think it was just a little bit overhyped, and I wouldn't say it was worth almost a year wait for the event. I'm just really hoping that we don't have to wait like another year for an event. It's gonna be so frustrating if we have to wait like another year. If we have to wait like another year for the next event, that's gonna be really frustrating. I just really hope we don't have to wait another year for the event, for like our next event. But I just feel like Fortnite's going to start doing this now. I don't know why, but I just have this terrible feeling that this is actually what Fortnite's going to start doing now. Just have one event at the end of every year. But that's just going to be so damn frustrating. I just miss when Fortnite used to do live events all the time. Imagine if we actually got back to the days when they used to do events every single season. I miss those days, honestly, I really do. I don't mind that they don't do them every season. I would like it if they just did them once every 2 seasons. I don't mind the fact when we were at the point in chapter 2 where they were doing it once every 2 seasons. I didn't mind that. But I do actually get annoyed the fact that they might be doing one event a year. I really hope that's not like a thing, and that they actually like revert that change, because I'm not a fan of that like change of doing, you know, one event a year, because that means if we end up ever getting like events like Fracture that are a little bit mid, it's going to be so frustrating that we had to wait a year for it. Like, this event was alright, but it was definitely not worth waiting almost a year for. But then again, at the same time, I feel like we are more likely to have only one event a year, because events are normally story focused, and because Fortnite's not really doing much of a storyline anymore, it's going to be so much rarer occurrence now for events, because Fortnite don't focus on story that much anymore, and especially since the head of like the storyline, who's been working on the whole storyline pretty much, Donald Mustard, since she left. I'm so nervous for like the future of like events and storyline. Like, if Donald Mustard didn't work on this event, I wouldn't be surprised like if this is the first event he hasn't worked on, because the event just didn't seem that good. I don't even think he did work on this event, to be honest, because think about it, he left when did he leave Fortnite? Like, when did he leave? October was when he retired. He announced he was retirement in September, I think, didn't he? And then he retired in October. So who's a new person who took over? What's the name of the new person who took over? Or was it Charlie? Is his name Charlie, I think? He's like the new person who took over Don Master's job. But obviously, I think when you hire someone else into their company, like they probably had to go through training and everything, and he had to like get shown how to do things. So probably throughout most of Chapter 4, he was like pretty much getting like, you know, taught how to do things, and that's why the storyline throughout Chapter 4 was kind of lackluster, because John and Mustard was probably taking a back seat all the way from the beginning of Chapter 4, because they were showing this new person how to do everything, because he probably announced his retirement long before then, so they were training someone else, yeah, for his position. So that's probably why the Chapter 4 storyline was kind of boring, because he took a back seat during most of Chapter 4 while they were teaching the new person how to do everything. And apparently they've been testing this Big Bang event since like March, so Donald Mustard probably didn't have like much involvement in any of the storyline in Chapter 4. That's probably why the storyline in Chapter 4 was shit, mostly. And that's probably why the storyline in this event was shit, because Donald Mustard wasn't involved in it. And this is how the storyline is going to go now, without Donald Mustard. Then the storyline is just going to continue getting worse and worse, until the point where there probably won't even be a storyline anymore. Which really does frustrate me, because the storyline is one of the coolest parts of this game. Like, Fortnite could do so much with the storyline. They should make a movie, if I'm being honest. Like, the Fortnite storyline has got to a point where it's so good. It was so good. I mean, it's not as good anymore, but there's so much stuff going on. They could literally make a freaking movie out of this, and it would just be mental. And also, at the same time, making a movie of this game would be an insane way to promote this game even more and get more people's eyes on the game. I mean, think of movies that have become games now. I think, like, you know, Halo. Has Halo got a movie? I think has Halo got a movie? FNAF's got a movie. Dead by Daylight's actually getting a movie. It's in the works. I'm pretty sure the same people who made FNAF, I think the same people who made FNAF are also working on Dead by Daylight, because Dead by Daylight is confirmed to get a movie. I'm not even sure how that will even work, Dead by Daylight getting a movie, because it's just 4 survivors fixing generators, and then a killer's got to kill all the survivors. I'm not sure how they'd really make that into a movie, but, you know. I mean, if they can make Dead by Daylight into a movie, I feel like Fortnite can definitely make a movie, because Fortnite's storyline is insane. Obviously, I don't think Fortnite's storyline is anywhere near the FNAF storyline, but Fortnite could still... I think Fortnite could definitely make a movie, even if it doesn't even necessarily have to be like a live-action movie with actors. Even if it was just like the same Fortnite cartoon animation, but just put it into like an hour-long movie, and it's just about storyline to explain some of the storyline, because there's so many gaps in the storyline. Like, I feel like a movie timeline for the story that could be worked really well is a timeline between, you know, season OG end and Chapter 5, because the storyline wasn't really shown much in this event. So if they made a movie focusing on just the storyline that happened during this point, it would explain a lot of things. Anyway, at the end of the day, I'm just basically, you know, just saying that I think the storyline is definitely, like, you know, I mean, I can obviously tell for a fact storyline is not Fortnite's main focus anymore. I mean, it used to be one of their main focuses, but I can definitely tell now that storyline is definitely not their main focus, which is unfortunate, honestly, because I just feel like the storyline was so damn good, honestly. They really fuck up the storyline in this game. They introduce all these amazingly cool, these really cool characters, and then they have loads of storylines, but then every single chapter they just keep adding new storylines, and then ending the storylines without explaining things. Like, I think the storyline we had in the beginning of Chapter 4 started off really cool, with, like, the Oathbound, and then the Shapeless Man, and then as soon as Season 2 came around, you know, what happened to the Shapeless Man? Where was the Oathbound? The Oathbound were just completely, like, wiped off the map. They were just not mentioned. Geno, the boss, wasn't on the map. Stellan was never on the map, but he just wasn't mentioned in the storyline. The Oathbound were never mentioned again. I mean, Chapter 4 was set up to be like the origins of the IO and to explain the origins of the Imagined Order. And I thought Chapter 4 was going to be a really cool progressive storyline, how it begins and it shows how the IO were formed, and maybe by the end of it, we get the IO back or something, because it brings this original version of the IO to the map, and then maybe they progress and get further and further to the stage where they become the modern IO. That would have been so cool if that actually happened, but instead we get a bit of Oathbound storyline, in season 1, and then as soon as season 2 starts, we get this whole bullshit syndicate stuff. It just makes no sense. And then it will make up at the end of season 2, and then season 2 we get another storyline with a stellar projector. I mean, that storyline's a little bit better because it leads to Cale Thorne and the Time Machine, and that storyline actually continues into season 4. So we finally get a season transition where the storyline actually continues rather than just resetting and bringing us a new storyline. But overall, the Chapter 4 storyline just felt like most of the time we're getting so much new storyline plots and then not much answers to those storyline plots. Like, we still don't even know what the hell was going on with the ship. We still don't even know who the ship's man is. I don't think that'll ever get explained. I mean, some people think it's Geno, some people think it's a nothing. I don't think it's Geno, if I'm being honest. I think it's more likely going to be the nothing, but it could be Geno. But then again, I mean, at the same time, you don't even know who it could be. It could be Peely, for God's sake. You know, you don't even know, because they don't do anything. They add all these cool storyline plots and then just do nothing and just don't explain it. There's just so many gaps in the storyline, and it's frustrating because, like, why even bother putting any of these storylines? Why even bother with these small storylines and then just don't do anything? You're better off just not having a storyline. There's no point for having all these small parts of storyline and then just doing nothing with it. Like, for instance, the Chapter 5 storyline. Who's the society? When did they come into the picture? This whole new Chapter 5 storyline, Save Peely. When did this start? It just feels like a brand new storyline that's just come out of nowhere. And, you know, is the Jones that we have in Chapter 5 currently right now, is he actually Agent Jones, or is he just some random Jonesy snapshot? Or is he, like, actually Agent Jones, but just aftermath after the event, and he's just like, you know, and the Big Bang events just reset everything, and it's reset his, like, you know, memory or something, like, or is he, like, actually Agent Jones, and he still has all the memories from everything that happened all the way up to season OG, and he's just continuing, you know, whatever he's doing, you know, now he's trying to save Peely, he's just continuing the storyline, and he's just, I don't even know. It's storyline's so damn confusing now, and the Big Bang event has just made it 10 times more confusing. Like, the Omniverse looked like it was completely reset and reborn, and now you've got all these infinite universes or something, like, it just really is fucking confusing, if I'm being honest. I really hope we get either, like, a comic for Fortnite, or we just get, like, a movie. If I'm being honest, I just want a movie at this point. I feel like Fortnite needs a movie. They need a movie to explain their game better, because I think, honestly, Fortnite would benefit so much from a movie. That would be so damn cool if they made a movie. Like, that'd be sick if they made a movie. Imagine if, I'm not even saying it has to even be, like, a full-on, you know, movie, like, live action with actual actors. It could just be, like, you know, cartoon, like the same, you know, Fortnite, you know, the same way, you know, visuals that we see for Fortnite during, you know, their cinematic trailers. It could just be like that, just, you know, animations, just with voice actors, and then they maybe Fortnite premiere it on their YouTube channel, their main Fortnite YouTube channel, and they premiere the movie on their YouTube channel, and then loads of streamers could just react to it. Like, I could just do, like, a watch party stream reacting to it, and it could do, like, a full-on movie. That'd be amazing. And as cool as that would be, Fortnite would never do it, because they're just focusing on all these other creative projects. I feel like this would honestly be the best thing Fortnite could ever do, is make a freaking movie. Like, that would just be insane. But all they focus on now is just creative mode. Like, as much as they want to focus on creative will never be more popular than BR. BR is always going to be the main focus of the game. Like, I know they want to focus on creative, but I feel like the more they try and turn Fortnite into, like, a Roblox 2.0, with focusing on creative, I feel like it's just going to make the game a little bit more boring. I feel like Fortnite are just trying to turn their game into, like, a better version of Roblox with all these different creative games. I just feel like Fortnite's just not been as fun ever since they've tried to focus on creative mode more. I wish they could just focus on their actual Fortnite made LTMs, because I feel like, as fun as creative mode is, Fortnite made LTMs are so much more fun. Like, Floor is Lava, you know, the endgame mode, Bounty, Tilted Taxis, you know, Air Royale. These modes are so much more fun than anything that Creative has done. But Creative's still fun, though. I'm not completely hating on Creative, but I just think Fortnite focusing on Creative, in my opinion, is just not a good idea. The fact they're just focusing mainly on Creative. Chad Wise player, welcome back to the stream. Okay, I'm gonna check this. Is this actually true or not? Is Fortnite actually like, what's going on with the movement for Fortnite Chapter 5? Because I saw somewhere apparently they're reverting the movement. Okay, so they said they're making a few changes. Apparently, they said they're making. Epic Games has said that. Oh, hi, back with another movement update. We're currently exploring a few options to speed up things while keeping the fresh new animations, aiming to roll this out in the coming weeks. Just wanted to communicate with everyone while we finalise these tweaks. Thanks, as always. I'm not gonna lie, I think the community just needs to fucking relax, honestly. I feel like so many people are just freaking out and going on about how the movement is just so bad. This chapter has just come out. Give it time. There's always new mechanics added to the game, and they always feel weird at first. You just gotta get used to it. Like, we were only on the day one of the season, and a few days into the season, I think, and everyone was just already complaining about it. Like, just give it time. We'll get to a point where it's just normal and we're used to it, and you'll look back on like OG Fortnite and you'll be like, oh my god, the movement looks so weird there. Like, it just takes getting used to. Like, I guarantee you in like a week or two's time, it'll just feel normal. Like, we're not even a week into the chapter yet. Like, I think Epic Games are like the new movement that guy was working on. I think the movement's fine. It just takes getting used to. Like, every single thing that Fortnite adds that's, you know, game changing, it just takes getting used to. I personally don't think the movement's even that bad. I mean, I will admit it feels a little bit weird, but I don't hate it. It just feels a tiny bit weird, that's all. But that's just because it's new. You know, after like, I don't know, a few weeks, it'll be fine. After a few weeks, it just takes getting used to. That's all. Same way with like the new, you know, weapon mods. That feels kind of weird, but I mean, personally, I think that's, you know, fucking amazing. It's so cool. But at the same time, it makes Fortnite feel really different. Like, it doesn't. We're at a point where Fortnite doesn't even feel necessarily like Fortnite anymore. Now we have like first-person scopes and weapon attachments. Kai edits. Welcome to the stream. Can you watch my short? I watch it off stream. I'm not reacting to things at this stream. But like, you know, oh fuck, I forgot what I was talking about now. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the new weapon mods and everything. Like, I think weapon mods are pretty cool. I will admit it makes Fortnite feel a little bit less like Fortnite. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it does make Fortnite feel a little bit different. Like, I will say we're at a point where I feel like Fortnite is so different. I mean, this is like a huge change from OG. It's not like we've just gone back to Chapter 4 style gameplay with bosses and vaults and everything. We've actually, like, it's gone back to that, but with even different changes, where, like, the jump from OG to Chapter 5, it feels like we're playing two completely different games. Like, this version of Fortnite we're in now is so different to OG. So different to OG. Like, we're not just in Chapter 4 style gameplay. Like, we still got a lot of the elements of Chapter 4 with the bosses and the vaults and the mythics, but now we've got all the medallions that, you know, that you can give you Siphon, you know, they give you shield and everything. And then you've also got, like, you know, all the weapon mods and attachments. Just, that changed up the game so much. And also, apparently, chat, augments aren't in the game now, but they are set to return, because we've got a bunch of new augments that I've leaked at the beginning of Chapter 5. I think I even covered some of these leaks for these augments in my Chapter 5 launch stream, I think. And I thought they were good Chapter 5. At first, I heard that augments were just removed and thought they weren't going to be in the game. And then I saw this leak, I was like, okay, so they are still going to be in the game. And then I played the game, and realized, I think I was just overwhelmed. I didn't, when Chapter 5 came out, so I wasn't really paying much attention. But now, I mean, I realised, oh yeah, augments aren't in the game. And so I thought maybe they're not coming to the game then. But why were there so many of these leaks then? And now I even saw Seth PK's video, and apparently I think they're just coming to the game later. They're not in the game right now, but they will come to the game later. And I hope finally they make augments good, because if I'm being perfectly honest, 95% of the augments are shit and just rubbish augments. There was only like a small number of augments that were actually decent. Majority of the augments were just shit. and were just like rubbish augments. I think they need, if they bring augments back, they need to make every single one of the augments actually be decent, rather than having like only 3 or 4 of them actually being good and the rest of them just being shit. Because that was a huge negative aspect of augments. I feel like in season 1 when they first were added it, some of them they were actually kind of cool. But then as we went throughout the seasons, season 2, season 3, season 4, the augments were just, most of them were just really shit with only a few good ones. Anyway. Anyway, I think overall though I'm excited, for the future of Fortnite. And, I mean, even, speaking of like, talking about earlier, when talk about OG Fortnite, right? OG Fortnite is actually coming back. I'm very surprised by this. I mean, I know it was very popular and received very well, but I still thought Epic Games weren't going to bring it back because they were only planning, they were only adding it just to get any eyes on the game for Chapter 5. We'll check Discord again. I checked Discord, but I'm not reacting to anything on the stream right now because I'm just not reacting to stuff to the stream, right? What the hell? Winterfest location. Oh yeah, I covered all this stuff on my stream already. Like Chapter 5 was, I think it was launched, and I covered this, like the Crackshot Cabins, the new Loot Island, and then you've got this mini little island in the water area, edge of the map, and it's going to basically be the Winterfest location. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah. Hopefully Winterfest, is good this year. I think it's going to be decent. I wonder when it starts, if that's the thing. It'll probably start, like... If I'm being honest, I think it'll probably come out next week, if I'm being honest. I think it'll probably come out next week, because it normally drops around mid-December, right? Comes out normally around mid-December, like, or just, like, before mid-December, like, just a little bit before mid-December. Because that's when Fortnite like to go on their, they go on their vacation, their break, and they'll be going on their break probably soon. So I think they'll be going on their break soon. I'm not sure, but they normally go on their break around mid-December. So we'll probably get, and by the time we get to the week after next week, we'll definitely be, I think, past mid-December. I think so. Most likely, I think we'll probably get the Winterfest update at some point next week. Maybe we'll get the actual downloadable update on Tuesday, and then the content for the actual Winterfest content update will. The actual content and Winterfest stuff will roll out on Thursday, probably, I think. But anyway, some point, or maybe it'll just all come out on Tuesday with the actual downloadable update if we actually do get one next week. I think most likely, though, we'll probably get Winterfest next week, I think, though. Most likely, I think Winterfest will probably kick off next week, I think. I just hope, at the end of the day, main focus of this stream was, talk about the live event, if it was good or not. I just hope we get live events more frequent. I'm really hoping that Fortnite don't go back or do what they did in Chapter 4 and just have one event at the end of a chapter. I'm really hoping they don't do yearly chapter events, because it's going to be so frustrating if we only get one event every year. Events are just so exciting, and in fact we have to wait a year for them each time, if that's actually what they're going to be doing. I mean, there's no confirmation that's actually what they're going to be doing. I'm just really hoping that's not what they do, because that's going to be so annoying if we have to wait a year for every event. I mean, I don't know if, the reason maybe, because it could have been, the thing is, a huge reason as to why they probably could have only done one event at the end in this chapter is because, obviously, Fortnite had to lay off a lot of their employees because they were having, like, money issues, because they were spending more money than they were making, and they even said they had to cut back on, like, stuff like live events, and maybe that could actually be the reason as to why there's only one event in Chapter 4 at the end of the chapter, and maybe because now their money issues, they're not having money issues and they're all right now. that maybe they're going to go back to doing more events. And maybe that's the reason why they had to cut back and only have one event. They had to cut back on events and only have one event. And maybe now that they're in the clear, they can go back to doing more events. One in the middle of a chapter, one at the end of a chapter. I'm hoping that's what they can do now. I'm hoping that they can, continue to do events more frequently. I'm going to be kind of annoyed if we only get one at the end of every chapter, because that means we'll get literally one a year. I don't know. Thing is, chat, since Fortnite's had this whole reboot to the storyline, the Big Bang and everything, yeah, and all these portals, one of these portals we see right now could be the Chapter 6 map, unless Fortnite has another Omniverse reboot in Chapter 6, but I don't think they'll do that and have another Big Bang event. I think one of these portals we see here right now could be the Chapter 6 map. King of Wars, welcome to the stream. I think one of these universes could be the Chapter 6 map, because maybe towards the end of Chapter 5 some evil threat attacks the island, maybe the Last Reality. I mean, since we had this whole Omniverse reboot, do the Last Reality even exist anymore? They could have been just completely erased when this whole Omniverse got rebooted. Do the Last Reality even exist anymore? I don't even know, but maybe they attack or invade the island towards the end of Chapter 5, and then the Chapter 5 island just gets destroyed, and then we have to, escape the Chapter 5 island and go to one of these other portals to the Chapter 6 map. The Last Reality still exists, definitely. Yeah, I think most likely they do exist. I'm just, I'm at this point where I'm just saying maybe they don't, because, the whole Omniverse got rebooted, but most likely they probably still exist. But since Fortnite's not doing any more storyline, they're probably not really focusing on storyline. The chances are we might not even see the Last Reality again. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. We haven't really seen much from the Last Reality ever since, the last time we ever really got any mention of them was, you can kind of say it was the Fracture event, but also it's also Chapter 4, beginning of Chapter 4. And I don't mean the Shapeless Man as being nothing. That was the last time we had this from the Last Reality, because we have no confirmation of the Shapeless Man even was or nothing. But when the Amy made that mini Riftgate and sent in those test subject teddies, the dummies, and then they came back out of the portal all corrupted because they were sent to the same place where the scientist was being held captive by the Last Reality, and so that's why all these objects came back as corrupted. That was kind of the last time we ever saw any mention of the Last Reality. So we haven't really had anything of the Last Reality really being mentioned until we haven't any since beginning of Chapter 4. I don't know. Maybe the Last Reality. I mean, I hope they we get some sort of appearance from the Last Reality, because I'm not gonna lie, out of all the storyline, I think the Last Reality are very interesting, and I still think there's so much to learn about the Last Reality, the origins of how they came about, and do they even have a planet, because they all seem to just travel in motherships and UFOs. Do they actually have a planet, a base of operations, a planet, or do they all just live in their motherships and just go around destroying realities, and then they finally, in Chapter 1, Chapter 2, they try to destroy the 0 point so they can destroy every reality. One thing I actually want to know about the most is, where is the 0 point now? Does the 0 point still exist, or did the 0 point not now? The 0 point is just a bunch of is just the Omniverse energy trapped within an orb. But what if in Chapter 5, in this Big Bang event, the 0 point has just released all of its energy across the Omniverse, and now it's no longer an orb, and the energy is just scattered across the Omniverse, or is it still in an orb, and does the 0 point still exist? And if so, where would it be? Most likely it would probably be on the Chapter 5 map. But is that even still a Reality 0 now? Because all these realities are in portals now. It seems very different the way all these realities work. I don't know how it really works now. So is there still Reality 0? Or? Immortal, I sent a new map concept in Discord. If you can, you could react to it after stream and rate it out of 10. Yeah, I'll check it out after the stream. yeah, I actually do wonder what's going on with the 0 point there. That's something that I think I'm most curious about, and I kind of want to know the most, is what's going on, what the hell's going on with the 0 point, you know. If I'm being honest, so overall, the storyline is just dead, honestly. It's just so dead, the storyline. It's so boring now. They just don't do anything with it. It's so disappointing, because the storyline is so cool, was so cool in this game, and they just completely just ruin it now, like... I don't even know how to explain it in words. I mean, I don't know. It's just a very like weird. I don't know. It's just a very weird situation with the storyline now. It's just, you know, they don't really seem to do much with it. But then again, at the same time, it still kind of exists because we have this new storyline going on in Chapter 5. But they just add all these mini storylines and they just don't do anything with them. It's just really frustrating, honestly. The whole storyline in general now in Fortnite is just so fucking confusing and just so frustrating. Chat, thanks for the 5 likes in the stream, chat. We are 5 likes away from 10 likes. If we could reach 10 likes on the stream, that would be insane. My chapter 3 season 4, but the snow is more expanded, has reached 60 views. Let's go. Nice chat, us player. Nice. Chat, also, what do we think about OG Fortnite coming back? Do we think that's a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing, but also a bad thing, because if they bring it back too frequently, it will ruin the nostalgicness of it if they do keep bringing it back. I don't mind if they bring it back. I think is whatever game said they bring it back in 2024. I don't know if they're actually bringing it back permanently, or they're just bringing it back for a brief amount of time again. I really hope it's not permanent, because that would be really frustrating, because it would just ruin the nostalgicness of it. I think they should make Fortnite OG, but Chapter 2. Yeah, I think honestly, what I think they should do is, like, you know how they had Season OG at the end of Chapter. We left the Chapter 4 map, instead of being like Chapter 3, where we went on the Chapter 3 map for the entire time of Chapter 3, and then after we were on the Chapter 3 map all the way until the end of Chapter 3 event. I think they should do what they did with Chapter 4, whereas we were on the Chapter 4 map, but then we left the Chapter 4 map a month early, so we could have a month on the OG map before the end of Chapter 4 event. They should do that with Chapter 5, so in November of next year, for like a month before the end of Chapter 5 event, we should go back to Chapter 2. I think that would be really cool, but at the same time, I don't think that will happen now, because it can't really happen, because, you know, since this Omniverse has been, you know, recreated, right? The Omniverse has been completely rebooted. Yeah, you know, it's been completely rebooted, so now the Chapter 2 map doesn't even exist in the timeline now, because the Omniverse has been completely rebooted. I mean, I know Chapter 1's coming back, but I think that's not going to be part of the storyline, though. Like, in Chapter 4, it was actually part of the storyline, we time travelled, but now I think they're just bringing it back, just, you know, just to bring it back because loads of players want it back, but they're not going to have it. It's not going to be storyline related at all. They're just bringing it back. So technically for Chapter 2, we generally I don't think we actually even can go back to that Chapter 2 map storyline wise, because the original Omniverse just doesn't even exist anymore. But you never know. Maybe it does still exist. I don't think it does though, because the Omniverse looked like it was completely rebooted during the Big Bang Live event. Chat, when do we think's better? I think I probably know the answer to this, though, really. I think most people are going to say... I think I know the answer to what most people are going to probably be saying. But what event was better? Fracture or the Big Bang? I pretty much know, I think, what everyone's going to say here. I'd be surprised if anyone says Fracture, if I'm being honest. I'd be very surprised if anyone even says Fracture. I mean, you know, fair enough if you like Fracture more, but I doubt anyone's going to like Fracture more than the Big Bang. I mean, Fracture was alright in the sense where the 2 cutscenes we had at the beginning and end were decent. And the collecting orbs was alright, it wasn't that bad, but after like 5 minutes of doing it, it got a little bit boring. It got pretty boring after like 5 minutes of doing it. But if we only did it for like a few minutes, I wouldn't mind. But the fact we were doing it for like almost 40 minutes, it just felt kind of boring. I think it's actually, you know, the end cutscene, by the way, the cutscene we have of the Paradigm, you know, saying, I've done everything I can, it's up to you now, or whatever. That cutscene we see at the end of the event, that's actually the Chapter 4 Season 1 cinematic trailer. They've used the Chapter 4 Season 1 cinematic trailer as the end cutscene, as also in the end, as the end cutscene of the event. That was a pretty cool cutscene though, seeing the Chapter 4 map getting formed. I'm happy with the Chapter 4 map, if I'm being honest. The Chapter 4 map was probably my least favourite map. I just wasn't really a fan of the Chapter 4 map, if I'm being honest. I think Chapter 4 map was definitely my least favourite. It was okay, but it was definitely my least favourite map. Why is my Fortnite just not loading? Just let me open ObjectX. Just every time I click on something else, try to click on ObjectX or my Streamlabs, it just keeps putting me back on the Fortnite screen. Just let me. Oh my fucking god. Bro, what is going on with my fucking Fortnite right now? Fucking hell, man! It's just won't let me fucking click on anything else. It just keeps putting me on Fortnite. I don't want to see the Fortnite screen. Get off my game. Just get off my screen, Fortnite. It's just so fucking annoying. It won't let me close Fortnite either. Oh my gosh, Fortnite, just get off my screen! It just won't get off my fucking screen, man. What is this? It actually won't even let me click on anything else. It just wants me to stay on Fortnite. It just won't fucking let me click off Fortnite, and it's so fucking annoying. My Fortnite's like frozen and crashed and like something, but it won't let me click the cross to exit Fortnite. It won't let me get out. Oh my god, why is my PC so fucking ass? Yeah, when I click on Streamlabs, that doesn't fucking mean click back on Fortnite, does it? What is this? Fucking hell, man. It won't even let me turn Fortnite off, like, exit Fortnite. Like, it won't actually let me exit the Fortnite screen. It's just got glitched on the fucking loading key art image for Fortnite. Oh my god, I hate this PC so much, it's so ass. Okay, cool, it's a cool Fortnite key art, just let me fucking get off Fortnite. What even the fucking hell is this? Why won't it let me fucking click off Fortnite? Alright, chat, I'm gonna be restarting the stream because my PC's being a piece of shit. Fucking brilliant. Alright, chat, I'll catch you on the next one. I've got to end my stream and restart because my PC's being fucking ridiculous. Alright, peace out, chat. I'll catch you in the next one when I start my stream in a few minutes because I've got to restart my stream because my PC's being so fucking annoying. Alright, here we go. I'm going to restart my stream, chat.